Hey, how are you?
Mr. Shannon,
You doing all right?
doing great, man. How are you?
Good, good.
How's
Almost Friday.
I know, right? Listen, so you guys do 5 day school weeks?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, we have one around us, a little smaller district that does four, but none of the bigger districts that I know of yet have
Right.
kind of hopped on that bandwagon yet. So
Yeah, we're running into some of that, right? So, like in the state of Texas, it's pretty prevalent now, where you're starting to hear districts that are going to 4 day school week. I don't know if it's effective or not. We'll see.
yeah, I think if the corporate and the outside workforce, if everyone adopts it, I think it can work, but I think it's harder for the bigger districts if they're the only ones doing it.
No, you're right, because I think there's a lot of nuance around. By the way, I can't see you. Is that intentional?
Let me check. Let me check.
I think there's a lot of nuance to your point, right? If the workforce are the parents going to the office and who's going to take
Mhm.
care of the kids that Friday, there's just a lot of pieces that schools would have to really, really figure out as they consider that option,
Right.
you know? But it's all good, man. So it's almost Friday. Have big plans for the weekend? Any basketball games or?
No, nothing. We've tonight we've got our softball and baseball in playoffs, so I'm gonna try to check some of that out tonight, and hopefully, and I think they'll have games tomorrow as well if necessary. But other than that, yeah, just we
Are
finished
they
up
really
state
competing?
testing. What's that?
Are they really competing at the
They
softball?
are. Yep. Yes, sir. Yep. So it's rocking and rolling. Everybody's doing well in all sports. We just did finish up state testing this week, so it's kind of
Yes.
a probably go home and rest a little bit. It's been a little. That's what we're all about. So
Because
a crazy time of the year.
you oversee technology, right? Or
Correct.
is it
Yes, sir.
all technology or instructional technology? What do you oversee?
All technology. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. So you were busy with testing. We were talking to one of our district partners, obviously here in Texas, and they had all of their machines on lockdown, all right,
Hmm.
because of testing and whatnot. Wanted to make sure kids don't access what they don't need to be accessing while they're testing, you know. I'm like, yeah, I hear you. And, the world is changing.
It is, and I tell you what, the more devices you have, the more of a challenge it is, and to like you said, effectively manage and police them, and like you said, ensure they're doing what they need to be with them, do with them. So yeah, whether it's testing or daily instruction or whatever it is.
Maybe I don't know if you saw this. I did. A student out of New York, a college student that is, they developed a tool that would help students cheat on anything, on exams. Did you see this?
I did not see that.
You look it up when we get up the code, just Google it, you'll see it. So this Columbia student, so pretty smart student.
Hmm.
So they developed this new tool that will help anybody cheat in anything, exams, you name it. And they got kicked out of school by Columbia. Like, no, we're not going to have this. This is
Right.
insane. I mean, are you kidding me? This is the integrity of our rigor, of our everything. What are you talking about? So he got kicked out of school and he just raised about $5.6 million and just launched the technology and it's got crazy adoption rate. People are downloading it and buying it.
Wow. Talk
That's
about
AI.
the crazy silver lining there, getting kicked out for cheating, but yet it turns into a multi-million-dollar business for them. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. No, there's
Yeah.
bias for that. Are you kidding me?
Hmm.
There's definitely bias for it, right? He got kicked out of school and now he's gonna be like a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the power of AI, man. AI is doing all kinds of numbers on people, man. You can't keep up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you wake up every morning and it's a newer model, it's a newer program. Yeah, like you said, or it's a new feature. Yeah. It's tough to keep up with it.
Are you keeping up with some of it yourself personally? Are you trying to keep up as much as you can?
Trying to, but yeah, like you said, it is a challenge because I think now it's like the Wild West of back in the .com, early 2000s. It's
Yep.
everyone's trying to one up each other now because they see that potential and what it can do. So, it's everybody wants to win and be the leader. So yeah, it's coming at a crazy rate. Yeah, like you said, being released and and what's coming out. So,
It's every day. It's every day something is pop. Every single day there's something. And I just wonder, because we work with people like yourselves, right? Instructional technology people, technology folks, districts across the country. And the question has always been around how much access do we give our kids to AI?
mhm.
Oh, you're a tech guy, so you know the value they can get from it. But then you go, hold on a second. From an instructional standpoint, what what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you
Yeah,
do?
or like you said, or when the Columbia student develops the cheating tool, then how does that change what you're doing instructionally? Yeah,
Mhm, mhm. Well, that's the world we're in, my friend. But
it
listen,
is.
thank you for the opportunity to meet. We had an
Sure.
opportunity to engage with your superintendent. Now, 2, 3 years ago, which was a weird thing because I think you guys brought us in, and then the superintendent transitioned out.
Mhm.
So there was a lot of like, what's going on? I was like, oh my gosh. So now we're here now. So what's going on? Walk us through that, then kind of help us frame the conversation.
Yeah, so kind of like you said, you guys came in, we kind of utilized your solution. So kind of want to see from that same standpoint, like you said, from those 2 to 3 years, what has changed with your product? And if so, what do those different tiers look like? And then as far as with that, what's that pricing structure also look like? Because, like you said, with Texas specifically and budgets and what the legislative sessions are doing or whatnot, it's a little bit tougher to navigate, what we can and or what we do bring in nowadays. So it's that is a big factor right now. So, but no,
Up to
like you mentioned, wanted to see what's new and what those tiers look like.
Up, a lot has changed, right? Since the last time when we had partnered with your district, obviously with things like AI come into play, there's a lot of pieces that have really changed to really make our product powerful in terms of what to do and providing you guys some powerful insights to make some really informed decisions, really around the return on investment on the tools you want your students and your teachers utilizing. How can we help you with that? Now, how can we leverage tools like AI to make it more effective and more efficient? Which I will show you the tool here in a minute, and you'll be able to see that. I mean, it's pretty evident that that has changed and evolved, and districts across the country love the technology, right? And then the other thing that's happening, right, is in Texas specific, the governor just passed the bill. You saw this. I mean, the Texas Dodge of Texas, I guess, Department of Government Efficiency, where they're saying, okay, how can we help, at least at the government level right now, identify and streamline efficiencies in terms of our spend. So we know spending money is a big piece. And what we're seeing in our data right now, I mean, I'll show you some videos from Texas districts that you may know of what they got in terms of savings from our technology, right? After deploying you usually get about a 10x return on it. So if you pay $20,000, you're going to get at least $200,000 in savings. We've seen this across the country and across Texas. So you'll be able to see that, and we'll talk through that again. Knowing that finances are tight, the question becomes, where do you cut, right? If
Right.
you do cut, how can you repurpose those dollars? With our technology, you'll be able to see that and really help you with that information around that piece, okay? Let me kind of show you our dashboard right now so you can kind of see what you would be looking at.
Okay.
Now, what's your enrollment again? I can't remember the numbers. Is it 6,000 or 10,000?
We're almost at 10. I believe we're around 90, 93, 93 to 9,400.
93, 94? Okay. So you would have a dashboard just like this. Okay. It will show you a total number of students in the district. In your case, 94, 9,000. Let's give 9,000. And at any given time, it's going to show you your total number of active students right here. What active student means is students that have actually opened their device and used their device for any type of technology or consumption of anything on that device. The technology is actively listening and aggregating that data. Here, it's going to show you your return on investment. So for you guys at about 9,000, right? You're spending maybe about how much do you know how much you're spending on instructional tools a year?
No, I'd have to get back with you because I know like I have my budget and then the IT and L
Instructional
curriculum
people, yeah.
department. yeah, they have their kind of own separate budget as well. So
Right, right. So, but at your size and aggregate, maybe about 2.4 million dollars. I'll have to take a look at the numbers, right? Of how much you're spending on instructional tools. It's going to show you that number right here, the total investment in tools. This does not include any investments you're doing at the building level. So your building principals or teachers purchase stuff, right? Those will put them into a bucket, what we call unauthorized or unpaid usage. I'll show you in a minute why that's important for you, okay? And then the technology will start to aggregate the return on investment on all of those tools. Here's what's critical in this process. When you're looking at return on investment, the technology is looking at the fidelity of use of the tool, time on task. So that hasn't changed. It's still the same, which is what you guys in the past had liked so much, right? And I think we met with John. Was John still there, your assistant superintendent?
yes,
Oh,
sir.
he's an out. He loved the tool as well. So that piece becomes critical, right? The return on investment because of the fidelity of use of software. Not just a click, not just a log in. The actual time being spent within that application. Whether it's a productivity tool, whether it's an assessment tool, whether it's a supplemental resource, we're able to aggregate that. And then it spits out a number and shows you if you're getting a positive return or negative return on it. Okay. Now, enhancements. What we have now done is we've integrated the technology with language learning models. So we're looking at your data set and we're looking at the overall language data sets, right? You see where it says AI ROI insights. Here, you can type in any question you could think of within your district context. Whether it's a building, it's a student, it's a specific software, whatever you're thinking of in your natural language, how you would say it. You could type in here and say, okay, tell me about Central High School software usage, right? Oops, fat fingers there. Tell me about Central High School software usage, right? You could type in that, whatever you want to type in. You ask the database, the system, it'll aggregate that data and it'll write a comprehensive summary for you and tell you specific about Central High School, how it's using technologies, what softwares are being used, what the recommendations are, if the usage is at home or at school, what needs to happen to drive engagement, what you need to do, specific next steps to help that specific campus. You can do this for a specific software, a specific school, a specific student, group of students, subpopulation, whatever. The technology will be able to aggregate all that data for you and put it for you in a quick summary report that you can read on. Now, this data is also being broken down by specific student matrix data. So you can show it by grade level, by school, all students, by specific subpopulations. Quickly insights. And then it's then broken down to show you if the usage is in school or at home. Stop there for now. Say questions, comments.
And that's like you said, it's all it's doing. You're just querying your own data. So like you said, you can ask it whatever you want. You can get as granular or as wide as you
High
want.
level as you want. So you could be maybe going into a cabinet meeting, right, with your leadership team, and there's a specific thing that has been talked about all week leading to you just type it in there. Boom, 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 boom. Now you go in there with the specific summary with details that you want that are pretty pointed. As the teacher comes, oh, Miss Smith, oh, we're using this technology, we're using this software. Why are you cutting it? Miss Smith, hold on one second. I'll show you here. You're not using it for one, and I'll tell you exactly what you're using in place of that. The technology will identify any redundant tools that are being used in place of what you have invested in. So not only do you show that there's lack of usage on a specific tool, it will then show you exactly what's being used in place of that.
Okay.
So it identifies that. So again, if you just want to do like a quick general executive summary, you could just hit that button. It will summarize everything about your district, as it relates to technologies, high-level information. So you can just go, give me an executive summary. It'll aggregate that data for you. Then boom, you have a quick one-pager about everything that's going on and in terms of actual usage of tools. Okay. And here, what it's doing now, it's giving you a 7-day forecast report. There you go. That's the executive summary report right there. You see it? Boom. You see that? Breaks it down for you. All the insights on it, conclusions and recommendations. See that? Here, it's aggregating on a 7-day trail and showing you just paid software. These are the tools that you've paid for at the building level. Unauthorized tools, these are tools you did not pay for that are being used. As you know, teachers go to I mean, we're all human beings. I do the same thing. I'm sure you do too. You go to a conference, you find the best software since sliced bread. We were just talking about another one. You come back, you start testing it out in your district. Teachers start using it. And they may fall in love with it, they may like it, and they start utilizing it. Again, you have no visibility to seeing that's happening and in what groups they're using it. Our technology is able to aggregate all that data and drop it down into what's called uncategorized software, right here. You see it at the top? So click on that. It'll then show you the different groupings, AI tools, gaming entertainment, social media platforms, unapproved productivity tools. It'll then show you all these tools where they are being used, and you can just drill down on this, click on it. It'll show you, oh, Notion is showing a lot of usage within your district. Are you familiar with Notion?
Yes.
Okay. What is Notion used for?
Note taking, gathering
Productivity
data.
tool. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like it could be like an Excel or Word document, all that stuff, right? But watch this. It'll show you it's an unauthorized tool. Okay. Then you go details, which is tell me more. It'll then aggregate and say, hey, listen, there's a lot of usage on this tool, but you have 2 tools or 1 tool you've paid for, district purchased, that they should be utilizing. It immediately identifies the redundant tool and shows you the tool that you have paid for that is supposed to be used versus what they're using today.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's powerful when you think about it, right? Because it'll then show you other productivity tools that are there in the environment. I mean, you'll be surprised. I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. We found out one in Texas, a district in Texas, had 6 learning management systems. They didn't even know that.
6?
6,
Wow.
1 through 4, 5, 6. They had no idea. Teachers were just using tools they liked and just integrating into their system, start using it. And IT is going, why is this happening? There's all this conflict that's taking place. They had no idea. So the technology is identifying all those tools. You can drill this down, watch this, and say, tell me more about this. I want to see who's using it. It'll show you by campus, by school, by grade, and how much time, average weekly, total minutes. You can then drill down by the student. It'll then pull back a specific student dashboard and show you all that data broken down by student. So you can go granular if you want to, if you go high level if you want to.
Do you have the ability to contact the teacher that is utilizing that to let them know, like you said, hey, this is unauthorized and here's your suggestions that you purchase?
So you can set up, so we don't, if you're saying built in the technology to contact the teacher, no.
Correct. Yeah.
That's not available, but you can send them a report directly
Okay.
from the system. You can definitely send them a report directly from the system. So that's all integrated in the system. So you can then drill down this information. If you're looking at paid applications, you can drill down at the software level. Just click on the dashboard of the software. It will show you the usage on it and give you the recommendations what we just talked about. It will show you that information. Now, one of the powerful things that we have, right, is you're looking at these tools, you can quickly come in here. For example, for you, Miss Smith comes to you and says, hey, Steve, I want this software. And you go, what software? Oh, blah, blah, blah. She gives you a name on it. You could type in here and type in any software you could dream of, any software in the world. Okay. It's going to then aggregate and show you the software, what it does, and then show you similar tools in the district that you've already purchased. It says purchase. Now, Miss Smith is coming to you saying, I want iExcel. You're going to go, okay, Miss Smith, I appreciate you on IX. We're showing with Khan Academy that we already paid for that does the exact same thing. Why should we purchase IXL Math? So now you have a cheat code in your back pocket. If you're playing like what are games, Uno or something, you have what is the Uno card? You've got that trump card in your pocket. To where Miss Smith comes, hey Steve, I want this, blah 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 blah. Okay, hold on a second. Just type it in there. Boom, you go. Okay, I appreciate that. Is this what it does? Yes, that's what exactly it does. Well, tell you what, it's a great tool. Looks like, but we already have this other tool that does the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Why should I purchase this when we already paid for this? Oh, I didn't know we had that. Okay, do you need training on that? Do we need to help you with that? Well, as a matter of fact, Ms. Jones is using it effectively. Let's get with Ms. Jones, see how we can help you. Again, pointing towards your return on investment and how can we help drive the return on investment on the tools that you want them utilizing. That's all integrated in the system for you.
Yeah, it's a lot more data at your fingertips, as well as, like you said, just on-demand data, as well as recommendations and
Remember, the
other
goal,
solutions.
exactly, when you think about tools like AI, if you think about the simple premise of AI is really driven on two E's: efficiency and effectiveness. How can you quickly get to what you want to get to make an informed decision to move forward? Quickly, right? This is what it does for you. And in this case, it's going to then help drive the return on investment on all the tools you want them utilizing, because you guys have spent hundreds of hours vetting these tools, making sure it's the right tool to drive the specific outcomes you want. How do you do that? And then boom, now you've got that information. As they give you IXL Math, you can just click what says details right here. Watch this. You see what says details?
Mhm.
Click that. It gives you a quick snapshot view on that tool. Now, you'll love this because you're a technology guy. It'll then give you their privacy score, their privacy certifications from a compliance standpoint. You can see all that information, accessibility features. At your fingertips, you can see that. Without
All
having to,
without leaving the program. Yeah.
what's that?
I said all without leaving your program. Yep.
Exactly, without leaving the program, without having to go somewhere to Google, do a Google search, do research, ask questions. It's right there on your fingertips. You've got it.
Yeah, that's nice.
So talk about improvements the last 2 years since we last talked, my friend. This is where we are
Yeah,
now.
it's almost like a whole nother product.
Yeah, but if you think about exactly, you're right. If you think about it, right, we're looking at the core of ROI. How can we help schools be more effective and efficient in driving the outcomes they want? For you guys, you invest in every software to drive one thing: learning outcomes. That's it. That's your customer, right? You want to see students succeed. So every tool you're buying, whether it's a Google tool, whether it's whatever tool, it's like, how can this tool help our students become successful with what they're doing? This will help you drive towards that versus just switching tools all the time. It's going to help you show you, okay, here's what you have. Most of these tools, if not all of them, they really actually do work when they're used with fidelity. So it's going to help you with that information. Obviously, we talked about reports and compliance pieces. There's so much reporting built into the technology. So you can do custom reports here. Name it. If you're doing ROI, usage, cost analysis by grade, by specific software, by grade band, by schools, you can do all that. Pick whatever you want and send it out. And it's automatic, goes directly to their mailboxes. All integrated in the tool. I'll stop there for now and say questions, comments.
Just kind of like what I had mentioned. I mean, like you said, 2 years ago, it was more of just a showing you what's being utilized by both teachers and students. And now it's not only that, but now, like you said, there's 20 different ways to, separate and present that data to, like you said, whether it's teachers, principals, cabinet members, Yeah, all at your fingertips. Yeah, so I mean that's a like you said, it's a 10 times more powerful than it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yeah, like
another
you
thing,
said, having that much information at your fingertips, just like that. Yeah, that's the name of the game. Like you said, efficiency.
mhm. So that's where we are, Steve, and we want to see what we need to do to partner with you guys and really provide you the support and help that you need.
Okay, and now is it how does that is it still structured like it was when we partnered up to where it's based, if I can remember right, off your student count, student and teacher
Yeah.
count?
Hmm.
So that's full blown solution. There's no like different tiers in
Oh,
availability, or
yeah, the
it's
team,
just like you said, it's the new product and
yeah.
based on your student
So
pop.
what you're getting really for you guys, you're getting entirely the entirety of the tool what I just showed you for the exact
Okay,
same thing you did in the past. But in the future, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break it down into components like almost modules, right? But our old customers, existing partners are all grandfathered in, right?
okay,
So they'll have access for this forever without having to pay the additional. Because we will break down all these pieces into, do you need this? Do you not need this? Do you need this? Do you not this? Then additional 20 cents here, and additional 45 cents here. But right now, you get the whole enchilada for the same.
okay.
Mhm.
What's your licensing model look like? Do you only do per year? Do you do 3 year and 5 year? What's
Wow. If I would show you my notes right now, I was going to show you this because I just, right before this meeting, I was in another meeting.
mhm,
And the superintendent asked me the exact question you just asked me right now. And I was like, hold on a second. And she said to me, we love the program. We're going to move forward, but I want some discounts.
mhm,
And I'll tell you exactly what I want. I go, okay, shoot. I'll just try to get it approved. She goes, send me two proposals, one for 3 years, one for 5 years. And what are the discounts for three? What are the discounts for five? I was like, oh, wow. But we're getting a lot of that requests now more than ever, which is unusual for us. We never really used to get that before in the past. So we have, obviously, we already have at the 3 year contract, it's 25% off. Okay. And at 5 years, it's 30% off.
okay. Well, yeah, if you don't mind, same thing with us. Go ahead and send us, if you want to give me 3 quotes, if you don't mind, and let us kind of look at that and then go have further discussions and see what that's going to look like.
Right. Absolutely. We'll do that. I will do that for you and send them your way.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Good catching up again.
Hey,
Like you said, and let's see what we can do.
like what my dad says, it's good to be seen, my friend.
There you go. Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good one, bud.
All right, you too. Have a good weekend.
Same to you. Bye.
All right, bye bye.